Rosemary's saying it all right there. So Tammy, tell me a story.
Okay. I'm cracking up because Karis, you sent me an email that I thought didn't have anything that I needed to do in it. And it was answer some questions. So I didn't look at it until I think yesterday. And it was hysterical because the question was, I've done everything and I wake up at 3 o'clock every night and I can't get back to sleep. And I had this moment where I was like, are you in my brain? Because I have been waking up every night at 3 o'clock and I've been trying all different kinds of things. And it was hysterical because I was like, wait, I'm confused. I don't know what's happening here. I've had COVID for 10 weeks now. And so I'm in a little brain fog. So I was just like, am I tripping? Like, I don't understand. So my story is like I'm talking about sleep on Thursday, December 4th. Um, and and I pulled out my notes yesterday from my big long sleep class, and I realized like, oh my God, there's all this information about like just bumming people out about all the statistics about like what sleep deprivation does to us. And I've always done that in my teaching format because I always want to get people's attention. And then I'm like, I'm not going to leave you in a bad place. But I looked at the notes and I was like, okay, we're not spending so much time on all the bad things about why we need to sleep, especially when I'm talking to a room full of people that are like, dude, we are in menopause. We are not sleeping. Shut up. You know, I could show up to class with Rose so people aren't raging at me about the fact, right? So when I did read the instructions and I did answer the question, I of course kind of answered it not as nicely as Kristen did when I was writing to Karis. I was like, I can't answer this question. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what's happening, but I gave some herbs. But when we have class on sleep, I'm like, I love physiology. So I'm going to talk about the phases of sleep and what they're really helpful for. But then we're going to talk about what are all the tools of the trade. And many of them are lifestyle. Many of them are herbs. And if you ask every single herbalist on this panel and who are in the class right now, what are your top herbs? Everybody is going to have different herbs that they love. So we'll talk about categories and then examples of plants in that category